Alone against the Horde he fought. And the alien princess murmured, "I want him for my own." Staff Sergeant Jack Rourke vaulted the crumbling trench lip, boots slamming into mud churned by plasma fire. Horde walkers loomed 200 meters out, their carapace legs stabbing the earth like siege spikes. Behind him, human and Veyran troops scrambled backward through the gap. "Fall back," Rourke bellowed over the comms. "Regroup at secondary line. I'll plug this hole." Captain Elian Voss's voice crackled in his earpiece. "Rourke, that's suicide. Get your ass out now." "Negative, sir. Buy you time." Rourke cut the channel. He dropped low as bolts scorched the air overhead. A scream cut through the din. Private Lena Kors, the comms tech, clutched her gut 10 meters left, blood pooling under her. Horde drones buzzed closer, their chittering wings drowning the retreat horns. Rourke sprinted to her. He hooked an arm under her shoulders and dragged her into the nearest crater, plasma rounds kicking up dirt around them. She gasped, eyes glazing. "Hang on, Kors." He checked her wound, through and through. No med gel left. Her pulse faded under his fingers. She wheezed. "Launcher, in my pack." Rourke yanked the dead man's rocket launcher from her rig, heavy, single-shot beast. "Perfect." He hefted it, sighted the nearest walker. Fired. The rocket streaked out in a white trail. It punched into the lead walker's knee joint. Metal screamed. The beast toppled, crushing 3 drones beneath it. Horde swarmed around the wreck, funneling toward the gap. Rourke grinned through the grit. Time to narrow the lane. He scrambled from the crater, launcher slung. Shattered trench walls flanked him. Veyran alloy plating twisted from earlier barrages. He ripped free a slab, 10 kilos of jagged steel, and hauled it across the gap. Mines next. He primed 3 anti-personnel from his belt, wedged them into the mud, linked them with tripwire scavenged from Korsa's kit. Last he dragged the plating into place, bracing it with debris. A makeshift wall, knee-high but solid, the kill funnel. Horde hit the outer markers. Drones poured in, red eyes glowing. Rourke shouldered his rifle, squeezed the trigger. Controlled bursts. Headshots dropped the front rank. Bodies piled, slowing the wave. He shifted fire to the flanks, herding them into the minefield. Boom. First mine chain detonated. Limbs flew. Swarm hesitated, then surged again. Rourke reloaded. Sweat stung his eyes. Pain throbbed in his left shoulder. Shrapnel from yesterday. Ignored. Keep firing. From the ridge above, Princess Syaria Vera gripped her holorecorder tighter. Her escort, 2 Veyran lancers, tugged at her arm. "Highness, the evac shuttle waits. This line breaks." She yanked free, iridescent scales flushing with defiance. Her 4 eyes locked on the human below, the lone figure in the breach, unmoving amid the horde. "No. My people die here." The lancers exchanged glances. "Marshal Keth orders." "Marshal Keth fights from orbit." Sayari zoomed the recorder. The human sealed the gap with his bare hands. Fired without pause. Horde bodies stacked like cordwood. "This one. He endures." Rourke's rifle clicked empty. He swapped mags, thumbed the bolt. A drone leaped the barrier. He bashed it down with the stock, boot crushing its core. More came. He backpedaled, firing point blank. Acid spit burned his armor sleeve. He shrugged it off, returned fire. Comms buzzed. Voss again. "Rourke?" "Status?" "Holding, sir." "Got him bottlenecked." "You're insane." "Coalition heavies inbound, 2 mics." "Hang on." Rourke glanced up. Veyran gunships streaked overhead, lasers carving the Horde rear. Too late for the gap. A shadow fell. Bigger than drones, a Horde berserker. Axe raised, charging the funnel. Rourke grabbed the launcher. Aimed center mass. Fired. The rocket bloomed inside its chest. Chunks rained. Horde faltered. Rourke pressed. Rifle barked. Last drones twitched in the mud. Silence dropped, broken only by distant booms. He slumped against the barrier, breath ragged. Shoulder screamed now, but the gap held. Footsteps crunched behind. He spun, rifle up. Princess Sayari stood there, recorder lowered, her lithe form clad in field armor that shimmered like oil on water. 4 eyes wide, tails coiled tight. Her escort flanked, weapons ready. "Staff Sergeant," she said, voice melodic even through the translator bead. "You held alone." Rourke lowered his rifle. "Job's not done till the line's secure, ma'am." She stepped closer, scanning the carnage. bodies piled 5 deep in his kill lane. Mines spent, barrier intact. Vayrans evacuate nobles first. You sent them back. Fought for all. Standard op. He winced, rolling his shoulder. Her tail brushed his boot. Accidental. She knelt by a drone husk, gloved hand tracing his handiwork. This, resilience. Horde breaks warriors. You bend them. Comms crackled. Marshal Keth Taller's gravel voice. Princess. Report. Human claims the breach. Sayeri activated her recorder feed. Marshal. Witness. 1 soldier turned defeat. Rourke. Keyed in. Sergeant Rourke. Human contingent. Gap secure. Keth paused. You denied my evac order to the princess? She chose to stay, sir. Another voice intruded. Warlord Karak's guttural roar over open channel. The unbreakable meat thing. I claim his head for the pyre. Rourke snorted. Come get it. Sayeri's eyes locked on his. A flush crept up her neck frill. Garak hungers for trophies. You. Intrigue. Captain Voss cut in. Rourke, fall back to us. Now. Rourke nodded to the princess. After you, Highness. She rose. Closer than protocol. Why? Her scent, ozone and spice, cut the blood reek. Walk with me, Sergeant. Alliances form and fire. He matched her stride, rifle ready. Horde remnants stirred in the distance. Gunships circled. From orbit, Keth watched the feed. The human moved like pain was rain. Garak bellowed demands for the warrior's enslavement. Voss gripped his console. That's my man. No one's claiming him. Sayeri glanced back at Rourke as they crested the ridge. His stride never faltered, eyes scanning threats. Her heart scale pulsed. A dangerous warmth. This human endured for her people. For her. A berserker roar echoed from the mist. Rourke raised his rifle first. She smiled. Tails entwining, the battle shifted. And so did she. Plasma bolts scorched the air inches from Jack Rourke's helmet. He ducked behind the shattered gun pit wall, rifle barking return fire. Horde berserkers charged the gap, their chitin armor splintering under his bursts. Coalition lines crumbled everywhere else. Veyran guards sprinting for extract birds. Keth's forces peeling back in ordered retreat. Sergeant Rourke, hold confirmed, evac now. Captain Voss's voice crackled over comms. Negative, sir. Gap's still hot. Jack squeezed off another round. A berserker dropped, twitching. Then he saw her. Princess Sayeri broke from her retinue. Her iridescent scales flashed as she sprinted across open ground toward his position. Tails streamed behind her, drone controller clutched in one clawed hand. Guards yelled protests, but she waved them off. Highness, no! Protocol demands, cover the human's flank, Sayeri snarled over her channel. Coalition withdrawal be damned. He holds for us. Jack's jaw tightened, crazy alien royalty charging into hell. He popped up, laid suppressing fire. A bolt grazed his shoulder plate. Hot sting, ignored. Pain was just weather. She vaulted the pit lip, landing beside him in a crouch. Ozone spice scent cut the cordite reek. Her frill flared, eyes locking on his. Sergeant, your fire buys time for my people. Flattered, princess, but get to the birds. He reloaded, mag clicking home. She shook her head, tails lashing. Not without the line secure. Her claws danced over the drone pad. Feed popped on his HUD. Real-time overhead of the Horde swarm. Use it, Jack said. Relay grids. Call those strikes. Sayeri's eyes widened fractionally. Humans fought blind? No wonder they endured. She tapped coordinates. Grid echo. 7 heavy infantry massing. Drone locked. Artillery whooshed overhead. Impacts bloomed orange on the feed. Shredding berserkers. Jack grinned. Good eye. Next cluster. Zulu. 4. They synced like that. Her precise scans. His gut calls. Horde faltered, but the last gun pit across the field went silent. Ammo sled stalled dead center, exposed. Gun pit dry. A Veyran gunner crackled. Horde closing. Jack eyed the sled. 200 meters of kill zone. No choice. Cover me. Sayeri gripped his arm. Claws. Pricked suit. You'll die. Job's not done. He slapped her drone pad. Keep calling grids. He vaulted the wall. Boots pounded mud. Bolts sizzled past. He zigzagged, rifle one-handed, Popping shots. A berserker lunged from smoke. Jack sidestepped, drove elbow into its throat joint. Chitin cracked. He fired point blank, kept running. Sayeri's voice urgent on open channel. Flank secure. Guards, plasma on the breach. Her retinue laid fire, buying him seconds. Jack reached the sled, slapped the restart. Engine coughed alive. He gunned it forward, treads chewing earth. Horde closed from both sides, axes raised. One berserker vaulted aboard. Jack rammed rifle butt into its faceplate. It staggered. He kicked it off. Accelerated. Bolts pinged hull. "Resupply inbound," he broadcast. Gun pit crew whooped as he skidded in, crates tumbling. "Load fast." Jack covered them. Rifle chewing Horde. Shoulder burned now. Suit sealant holding. Ignore. Sled empty, he wheeled for return. But Horde thickened. Warlord Garuk's banner loomed through mist. Hulking brute on a siege beast, bellowing claims.
"The unbreakable meat thing."
His endurance feeds the pyre. I claim him. Jack snorted into comms. "Dream on, Tubby." Gun pit erupted anew. But his path back clogged. Berserkers piled barricades. No way through loaded. Sayeri's feed updated. "Sergeant, Horde flanks your gun pit. Marshal Keth withdraws coalition artillery. Too risky." Figures. Jack scanned. Open ground to his position. Suicide run empty, but doable. Plasma slashed the sky. Gunships circled. Voss's voice cutting in. "Rourke, you're pinned. Human extract only. Leave the pit." "Can't, sir." Princess's people still dug in. Then Voss, "Damn it. Holding orbit for you." 30 mics. Not enough. Jack keyed Sayeri direct. "Highness, your drone. Paint that Horde, boss." Her response instant. Grid confirmed. "But you..." "Go time." He floored the sled toward her pit. Horde swarmed. He stood in the turret, minigun spooling hot. Barrels blurred, shredding ranks. Beast-mounted riders targeted him. Garuk's elites. One lance grazed his leg armor. Metal buckled. He gritted teeth, kept the gun howling. Sayeri watched from the pit, heart scale throbbing. This human charged death for ammo. For her guards. Her claws itched to drag him back. Drone strike locked. Firing. Orbital lances stabbed down. Garuk's beast exploded mid-charge. Warlord tumbled, roaring curses. Jack's sled barreled through the gap, smoking. He bailed out beside her, minigun barrel glowing. Pit stocked. Her guards nodded, firing renewed. "Affirm," she said. His blood slicked the armor. Yet he stood tall, rifle up. Horde remnants rallied. Garuk rose from wreckage. Axe high. "The human is mine. Trophy for the unbreakable." Marshal Keth's voice boomed open channel. "Warlord, stand down. Competence like his serves the coalition, not your pyre." Garuk spat. "Unknown variables break. I test him." Voss intruded. "Negative. He's human chain of command. No one's claiming my sergeant." Jack ignored the posturing, scanned the ridge. Princess birds inbound. Sayeri stepped closer, tails brushing his boot. Protocol shattered. "Not leaving without you. Or my people." Her eyes held his, golden slits dilating, warmth spread from heart scale. This male endured fire, pain, abandonment, for duty. For her, a berserker crested the pit. Jack fired first, dropped it. Sayeri's sidearm cracked beside him. Precise kill shot. "Good shot," he said. "You shield. I strike." She reloaded, shoulder to his. Gun pit held. Coalition gunships dove, strafing Horde. Keth's forces wheeled back, grudging respect in their channels. Garuk bellowed retreat, eyes fixed on Jack. "This meat thing lives, for now. I hunger for his resilience." Sleds rumbled up, evac for the pits. Sayeri's guards loaded wounded. She lingered by Jack, scanning his damage. "Your wounds." "Scratches." He waved it off. Suit alarms whined softly. Liar. She smelled the blood beneath. Humans hid fragility under steel. Extraordinary. Voss's bird touched down first. "Rourke, mount up." Jack nodded to Sayeri. "Ines." She boarded with him, ignoring her guard's stares. Close quarters. Her scales brushed his arm. Ozone spice filled the hold. Captain Voss eyed her from cockpit feed. "Princess, Risky move. Alliances form and fire, Captain. Sayari's tails curled possessively near Jack's leg. Jack checked mags. Horde shadows stirred below. Gunship lifted. Rotors thumping. Keth on comms. Human. Your endurance noted. Vera, O's. Garrock's roar faded. He will kneel. Bird banked toward fleet. Sayari leaned in. Sergeant Rourke. Jack, why hold? Others fled. Job's the job. He met her gaze. Frill pulsed. Flirt? Alien tells. Her claw traced his pauldron. Light. Stubborn. Intriguing. Heat crept under his collar. Dangerous warmth in those eyes. Romance and war. Hell. Gunship shuddered. Missile lock. Bandits. Voss yelled. Jack snapped rifle up. Sayari's drone feed live. Horde flyers dove. Grids, he barked. She called them. Lances fired. They fought together. Pit to sky. Battle turned. Below, Keth watched scopes. Human normal. Extraordinary. Voss gripped stick. My man's forging something. G gunfire rattled the gunship's hull. Jack Rourke braced against the bulkhead, rifle slung tight. Sayari crouched beside him. Her frill flared, claws gripping a flare pistol. Voss yanked the stick. Evasive. Rourke, port gun! Jack slammed into the side door. Horde flyers swarmed, plasma lancing past. He triggered the minigun. Tracers chewed a bandit's wing. It spiraled into the dirt. Splash one. Sayari fired her pistol skyward. Red starburst bloomed. Signal flare. Jamming static hissed on comms. No response. Horde locked again. Missile streaked. Boss rolled hard. Explosion rocked them. Hull breached. Alarms screamed. Down! Jack yelled. Gunship grazed treetops. Engines coughing. Sayari's tails lashed. Her guard clutched a wound. Scales cracked. Crash loomed. Jack grabbed her arm. Brace. They hit ground. Dirt exploded. Jack's world spun. Metal groaned. He kicked the door. Smoke poured in. Voss crawled from cockpit, bloody lip.
Everyone alive?
Sayari nodded, hauling her guard upright. Horde roars echoed outside. Footsteps pounded. Jack scanned his HUD. Armor cracked across ribs. Shrapnel bite. Pain flared. Hot and wet. Blood soaked his undersuit. Highness! Move! He shoved her toward cover. Horde raiders burst from fog, axes high. They saw him first. Human, bleeding red through fissures. Grunts barked. Weak flesh. Take it. They rushed. 5 brutes. Tusks gleaming. Jack grinned through blood. Job's the job. He didn't drop. Rifle up, he fired from hip. First raider's knee exploded. It fell, howling. Others charged. Jack sidestepped, rifle butt cracking a jaw. Horde saw the blood trail, paused. He kept moving, knife out. Slashed throat on the lunge. Come on. Sayari's eyes widened. Human bled rivers yet fought. Extraordinary. Voss dragged the guard. Rourke, fall back. Jack taped his cracked plate mid-stride. Duct tape from kit. Quick wraps around ribs. Pain locked down like weather. He re-entered the fight. Smoke-choked trench ahead. Horde pouring in. Goal. Hold till evac, or Artie. He dropped low. Ambushed first raider pair. Knife plunged into flank. Twist. Rifle butt smashed temple. Bone crunched. Third swung axe. Jack ducked. Drove shoulder into gut. Raider flew back into mud. Sayari followed. Flares and claws. Jamming thickened air. Horde tech. Coalition. Artie silent. She knelt beside him in trench mark. Sergeant. Grids? Jack wiped blood. Marked dirt with gloved finger. Here. Windage 2 left. Handed her flares. His scribbles glowing under sealant. She loaded one. Fired high. Red arc pierced jam haze. Boom distant. Shells whispered. Horde yelled warnings. Impacts shook earth. Trench collapsed edges. Raiders scattered. Jack grabbed Voss's arm. Birds? 10 out. Keth's pushing. Voss fired over lip. Guard slumped heavy. Scales like plate mail. Sayari's drone buzzed overhead, feeding cords. Another flare. Artie roared closer. Horde counter-pushed. Garrock's voice boomed on open channel. Human toy breaks now. Jack hefted the downed guard. Veyron bulk, 200 kilos easy. Slung over shoulders, Fireman's carry, guard groaned. Leave me. No. Jack fired one-handed. Rifle barked. Raider dropped. He lumbered forward, legs burning, blood-slicked grip. Horde flanked. Plasma scorched air. Sayeri covered. Her pistol spat blue bolts. Rourke! Left! He pivoted, squeezed trigger, one-handed recoil bit. Hit. Guard's weight crushed ribs. Tape held. Pain screamed. He ignored. Kept moving. Horde halted. Watched the bleeding human haul their princess's kin through hell. Tusks ground. What is it? Keth's voice cut comms. Hold human. Coalition advances. His walkers crested ridge. Disciplined lines, lasers sweeping. Garak snarled elsewhere. Mine. Jack dumped guard in crater. Sayeri knelt, injecting stem. Her claw brushed his bloodied pauldron. Frill pulsed violet. You carry burdens no Veyron could. Teamwork. He reloaded, breath ragged. Voss slapped mag home. Platoon inbound. Rourke, you're a damn mule. Artie finale thundered. Horde broke. Wreckage smoked. Keth's lead walker halted. Marshall dropped ramp. Tall alien strode out. Frills stiff-eyed Jack. Sergeant Rourke. Endurance. Noted again. Vera, honors. Sari stood. Marshall. He saved Lirak. Alliance holds. Keth's gaze flicked to her tails, curled near Jack's boot, subtle. And more? Garak claims trophy. Voss claims weapon. Jack spat blood. Nobody claims shit. Voss chuckled from crater. My man. Keth signaled. Med drones hummed in. Evac to fleet. Coalition council awaits. Sayeri lingered as drones patched Jack. Her scent, ozone spice, cut smoke. Claw traced his jaw. Light. Stubborn human. You bleed for strangers. Job. Heat rose. Her eyes gleamed. Pupils dilating. Romance?
Here?
She leaned close. Scales brushed his neck. Not strangers now. Tails twined his calf. Possessive. Dangerous. Jack's pulse jumped. Warlord's roar echoed faint. Karok rallying remnants. Gunships thumped incoming. Keth boarded first. Princess. Sergeant. Sari pulled Jack up. Her strength surprised. Lean muscle under silk scales. They mounted together, close. Her warmth pressed. Voss eyed from ramp. Forging alliances, Rourke. Jack met her gaze. Frill fluttered. Looks like. Fleet loomed, but scopes pinged. Garak's horde massing. One last push. Jack checked rifle. Pain? Just weather. Horde saw him before. They'd see again. Sayeri whispered. Together? He nodded. Damn right. Walkers rolled. Battle reignited. Jack fired first shot. Horde charged. They watched him bleed and move. Marshal Keth gripped command rail. Human, normal, relentless. Voss prepped guns. Hold the line. Sayeri's claw gripped Jack's. Heat built. Alliance forged in fire. Romance kindled in blood. Horde slammed forward. Karak led. Brute mountain. G. Jack stood tall. Rifle roared. No kneeling. Not today. Plasm grazed shoulder. Jack staggered. Caught by Sayeri, she fired beside him. Perfect sync. Veyron precision met human grit. Keth ordered barrage. Shells fell. Garak bellowed retreat. Coalition cheered. Fleet bays opened. Shuttles docked. Jack slumped against bulkhead. Medics swarmed. Sayeri waved them off. Mine to tend. Voss smirked. Captain out. Keth paused. Princess. Council on Human Integration.
She nodded. He integrates.
Alone in bay, her claws peeled tape. Ribs bruised black. Impossible. Jack grunted. Possible. Her frill bloomed full arousal hue. Lips parted. Fangs glinting. Prove it. He pulled her close. Kiss crashed. Human fire met alien spice. Tongues met barrier, then breached. Tails wrapped waist. Heat exploded. Dangerous romance. Horde lurked. Alliances fragile. But Jack endured. She matched. Council waited. Garak plotted. They'd face it. Together. Gunship alarms whined anew. Fresh lock. Horde never quit. Jack broke his rifle up. Round 2. Sayuri grinned, fangs sharp. Eagerly, they fought. Bleed and move. Alliance unbreakable. Plasm bolts scorched the gunship's hull. Jack braced against the bulkhead, rifle barking into the breach. Horde boarders swarmed the docking tube, hulking brutes with chain axes and slug throwers. Zeri fired beside him, her plasma carbine slicing 2 in half. Her tail lashed his leg for balance. "Flank left," Jack shouted. She pivoted without a word. Veyran agility complemented his raw push. A brute lunged. Jack sidestepped, drove his bayonet into its throat. Hot ichor sprayed his visor. He kicked the corpse free, chambered another round. Alarms blared. Reinforcements poured from the coalition bays. Keth's troops, Voss's platoon. Shells thundered from the main guns. The Horde line buckled. Garok's roar echoed through comms. "Press! The human breaks." Jack laughed, blood trickling from his lip. Pain was just noise. He advanced, Sayuri at his shoulder. They cleared the tube in sync, her precision shots dropping leaders, his suppressive fire pinning the rest. Voss's voice crackled. "Rourke, fall back. We've got it." "Not yet." Jack squeezed the trigger. Last brute crumpled, the breach sealed with a hiss. Silence fell, broken only by groans and loading clacks. Medics rushed in. Jack waved them off, eyes on Sayuri. Her frill pulsed violet, relief, heat. She touched his armored shoulder. Claws scraped ceramite. "Stubborn," she murmured. "Effective." He grinned. Coalition forces flooded the bay. Keth Taller strode forward, his scaled armor gleaming under emergency lights. The marshal's 4 eyes fixed on Jack. Veyran Marines flanked him, rifles slung but ready. "Human," Keth boomed, voice amplified. "Staff Sergeant Rourke. You held the line, stabilized it. Alone. Then with her." He nodded to Sayuri. Jack wiped ichor from his rifle. "Job's done, sir." Keth's frill flattened. "Serious. Not done. You are a strategic asset. Horde fears your endurance. I claim custody for the coalition. Integration under my command." Marines shifted. Human troops tensed behind Voss. Jack felt the weight. Asset. Not man. Sayuri stepped forward, claws flexing. "Marshal." Keth cut her off. "Council protocol. He fights for all." Voss pushed through, helmet underarm. His face was grim, stubble shadowed. "Negative, Marshal. Rourke's mine. Human chain of command. You treat him like property. We pull support. All of it." Murmurs rippled. Alien eyes widened. Humans as equals. Keth's mandibles clicked. Captain Voss. Pragmatic. Jack reloaded, ignoring the stares. His shoulder burned from plasma graze. Ribs throbbed. Didn't matter. Sayuri raised her chin. Her voice rang clear, broadcast on open comms. Coalition channels lit up. Horde scanners would pick it up too. Garok listening. Enough. She faced the assembled forces. Veyrans, humans, even salvaged Horde prisoners in chains. 2 armies worth in the bays and flanks. By Veyran right of blood debt, I name Staff Sergeant Jack Rourke my personal protector. He shielded me, fought for my people. No chain claims him but mine. Gasps echoed. Keth stiffened. Voss smirked faintly. Marines knelt, frills blooming in respect. Human troops exchanged glances. Princess pulling rank. Jack's gut twisted. Protector? Politics. He spat blood on the deck. No. Silence crashed. Sayuri whirled, eyes wide. "Rourke?" I heard. Jack slung his rifle, stepped into the open. All eyes on him. Coalition banners fluttered overhead. Horde wreckage smoked beyond viewports. No ceremony. No titles. Gimme ammo. Medgel. A map of the next push. Horde's coming back. Keth barked a laugh. Harsh, surprised. "You reject royal claim?" Yep. Jack met Sayuri's gaze. Her frill flared crimson. Anger, hurt. "Fight's not over. Titles don't stop bullets." Voss clapped his shoulder. "That's my sergeant." Sayuri stalked closer, tail coiling. Whispers spread. Garok's comms crackled faintly. Eavesdropping. "Human spurns princess?" Weak. She stopped inches away. Heat radiated from her scales. Claws gripped his chest plate. "Fool. This blocks them, protects you." Jack peeled her hand off gently. "Don't need protecting." Need resupply. He leaned in, voice low. And you. But not like this. Her fangs gleamed. Frill shifted. Violet again. Aroma hit him. Spice and ozone. Alien allure. She nodded once. Resupply granted. But claim stands. Keth signaled aids. Crates rumbled forward. Ammo belts. Gel packs. Holomaps flickering with horde vectors. Human fights his way. Impressive. Provisional integration. Under watch. Voss grunted. Watch from afar. Jack tore open a gel pack, smeared it over his shoulder. Cool relief spread. He snatched a map slate, synced it to his HUD. Red icons pulsed. Horde reinforcements inbound. Orbital drop. Princess. Keth bowed slightly. Council awaits your report. With Protector, Sayeri's claw brushed Jack's arm. Possessive. He comes. Jack shouldered fresh mags. After I scout the flank, she hissed, frustrated, amused. Endure later. Come now. Troops dispersed, but eyes lingered. Aliens muttered, human refuses glory. Humans chuckled, Rourke being Rourke. Voss pulled Jack aside. Smart play. She's maneuvering. Keth wants your grit for his lines. Garak wants your head. Neither gets it. Jack checked his rifle. She? Voss eyed Sayer across the bay. She directed medics. Frill half-bloomed. Playing Protector? Dangerous. Interspecies lines blur fast. Jack felt her gaze. Heat built low. Blurred already. Gunship shuddered. Fresh alerts wailed. Orbital scans lit HUDs. Horde dropships breaching Atmo. Keth roared orders. Form up. Human leads Vanguard. Jack grinned. If Princess says. Sayri vaulted to his side. Does. Together. They charged out. Coalition at heels. Ground pounded under boots. Station corridors to planetary soil. Horde slammed dirt defenses. Garak's brutes charged, axes high. Jack dug in, rifle chattering. Sayeri's carbine sang beside him. Her tail wrapped his thigh, anchor and chaos. Plasma seared earth, slugs whined. A brute targeted her. Jack tackled it, bayonet plunging. Icor soaked them. She hauled him up, fired over his head. Perfect. Keth's barrage hit. Voss's mortars followed. Horde faltered. Garak bellowed from his ridge. The human. Trophy. Jack stood, bloodied but unbowed. Come get it! Sayeri pressed against him. Mine. Heat flared. Romance in crossfire. Alliance held. Night fell. Campfires crackled on the stabilized line. Jack slumped by a supply crate. Med gel drying on wounds. Sayri appeared, bearing rations. Spiced protein slabs. You rejected me. She sat close, thigh to thigh, scales warm. Publicly, Jack bit into the slab. Tangy fire. Don't do politics. Her claw traced his jaw. Necessary. Keth covets. Voss guards. Garak hunts. Jack caught her wrist, pulled her nearer. I guard you. Frill bloomed full. Fangs parted. Prove. Lips met. Human rough, alien spice. Tongues danced. Barrier yielded. Tail coiled waist. Hands roamed armor seams. Claws pricked neck. Pleasure pain. He growled. She purred. Distant roars. Cord probing. But here. Fire built. She broke first. Council tomorrow. Claim formalizes. No. Jack nipped her lip. Partners. Not Protector, Princess. Eyes gleamed. Stubborn human. You're human. She laughed. Musical hiss. Pulled him into shadows. Dawn broke with thunder. Garak's full assault. Dropships blotted sky. Jack rolled from her warmth, rifle ready. Sayeri Jack Rourke kicked open the command tent flap. Mud sucked at his boots. Jammer Tower. I volunteer. Solo if needed. Captain Voss spun from the holo display. Blue light etched his scarred face. Rourke? That's suicide. Horde sensors everywhere. Marshal Keth Toller's frills twitched. The Veyron coalition leader loomed, armored scales gleaming. Human recklessness. Tower blocks our dropships. Army dies without it. Princess Sayeri stepped forward. Her royal mantle shimmered under field lamps. I join him. She unclasped the fabric, let it pool at her feet. Combat harness gleamed beneath. Black weave. Blade sheaths, pulse pistol holster. Rourke's jaw tightened. He eyed her lithe form, claws retracted, tail coiled tight. Princess or not, she moved like a predator. Stay back, ma'am.
This ain't a parade.
Her golden eyes locked on his. My people hold the line. I observe. I fight. She nodded to Keth. Scout Lyra joins. 3 blades. Dawn raid. Keth hissed approval. Competence over rank. Doe. Voss gripped Rourke's shoulder. Get clear. We mortar on your signal. Rourke nodded, grabbed his pack. Charges. Debts. Silenced rifle. Sayeri and Lyra fell in. The Veyron scout was compact, frills cropped short, eyes darting. They slipped into pre-dawn murk. Mud swallowed their knees. Horde lines hummed ahead, red sensor blips on Rourke's wrist scanner. He crawled first, breath steady. Pain from yesterday's shrapnel? Ignored it. Sayeri matched his pace. Her harness whispered against muck. Lyra flanked right, claws digging handholds. Timed pops, Rourke whispered, thumb detonators. First charge. 50 meters left. Boom. Horde patrols shouted. Distant, they slithered on. Rain-slick wire snagged Rourke's sleeve. He sliced it. Sensor pylon loomed. 10 meters. He froze. Sayeri's tail brushed his leg. Signal. Clear. Pulse rifle cracked. Pylon sparked. Dead. Lyra hissed. Flankers. 3 Horde grunts lumbered through fog. Tusked faces. Chain axes. Rourke rolled prone. Squeeze trigger. First dropped. Headshot. Sayeri's pistol whined. Second clutched throat. Scales bubbling. Lyra lunged. Claws raked the third's eyes. It bellowed once. Silent. Move. Rourke pressed on. Tower rose now. Jagged spire. Pulsing blue core. Shields hummed. Guards patrolled base. Second timed pop. Boom crash. Distracted shouts. They belly crawled the final stretch. Mud choked Rourke's mouth. He spat it. Reached the shield edge. Scanner beeped. Weak point. Charges, he grunted. Sayeri covered. Lyra scanned rear. Rourke slapped mag clamps on core struts. Wires snipped. Timer set. 60 seconds. Pull back. Shields flickered. A guard spun. Spotted them. Roared. Rourke fired. Guard crumpled. But alarm wailed. Reinforcements crashed through brush. 6 Horde. Axes high. Go! Rourke shoved Sayeri. She fired over her shoulder. Lyra slashed one attacker. Blood sprayed. They retreated. Mud slowed them. Horde closed. Laser bolts scorched earth. Timer. 30. Rourke spun. Rifle barked. 2 down. Axe. Swung close. Grazed his arm. Hot pain. Ignored. Sayeri yanked him. Tower. Core overloaded. Shields collapsed. Explosion ripped air. Shockwave hurled them. Rourke twisted midair. Saw debris arcing for Sayeri. He lunged. Body slammed hers down. Blast hit his back. Fire. Shrapnel. Force. World spun black. Pain bloomed. Ribs cracked. Lungs burned. He hit mud. Rolled off her. Vitals monitor screamed in his helmet. Redlining. Sayeri's face hovered. Frills flared wide. Rourke! Horde closed. Axes gleamed. She snatched his dog tags. Claws bit chain. Yanked him up. Evac. Human down. Lyra fired. Burst. Covered. Sayeri dragged Rourke. His boots furrows in mud. Vision blurred. Blood-filled mouth. Jammer died. Sky cleared. Coalition dropships screamed in. Barrage incoming. Horde faltered. Roars turned screams. Sayeri hauled harder. Stay, stubborn human. Rourke gripped rifle. Forced one shot. Horde grunt exploded. They broke tree line. Boss's platoon waited. Medevac drone humming, but Garrock's bellow echoed from ridge. The human. Trophy. Rourke grinned through blood. Come get it. Med gel hissed on wounds. Drone lifted. Sayeri clung to his side. Her scales pressed warm against his armor. Line held. For now. Night cloaked the stabilized front. Campfires snapped. Rourke slumped by a crate. Med gel crusted his back. Every breath stabbed. Footsteps. Sayeri emerged from shadows. Rations and claws. Spiced slabs. Veyron heat. She sat. Thigh to armored thigh. Scales radiated warmth. Publicly, Rourke bit slab. Tang exploded. Fire and salt. Her claw traced his jaw. Light pressure necessary. Keth covets warriors. Voss guards his. Garak hunts trophies. Rourke caught wrist, pulled her close. I guard you. Frill bloomed full. Fangs gleamed. Prove. Lips crashed. His rough, hers spiced ridges. Tongues met. Barrier parted. She tasted storm and smoke. Tail coiled his waist, pulled tight. His hands roamed harness seams. Claws pricked his neck. Sharp pleasure. He growled low. She purred. Vibration through scales. Distant roars. Horde probes. She broke kiss. Breath hot. Council tomorrow. Formal claim. No. He nipped her lip. Drew bead of ichor. Eyes gleamed amber. Stubborn human. You're human. Laughter. Musical hiss. She tugged him into tent shadows. Armor clattered free. Dawn thunder shattered peace. Garak's assault. Dropships blotted sky. Horde reinforcements. Rourke rolled from her warmth. Rifle snapped up. Sayeri stirred beside him. Harness half on. Pistol and claw. There, over the ridge, her tail lashed. Artillery whistled. Ground shook. Voss yelled from line. Rourke, flank left! Rourke charged out. Mud flew. Rifle barked. Horde dropper exploded midair. Sayeri matched stride. Shots linked. Jammer down bought time. Now hold. Keth's coalition roared forward. Dayron's scaled cliffs. Lasers carved horde ranks. Garak loomed on dropship ramp. Tusks bared. Human, join or die. Rourke laughed, dug in. Try me. Sayeri pressed cover, shoulder to shoulder. Mine. Heat flared amid crossfire. Her claw gripped his tag chain. Still warm from her touch. Voss mortars slammed. Keth barrage followed. Horde line buckled. One grunt broke through. Axe high for Sayeri. Rourke tackled. Rolled. Fired point blank. Ichor sprayed. She hauled him up. Fired over his head. Grunt. Shredded. Perfect sync. Garak bellowed. Retreat. Dropships peeled off. Alliance held. Rourke stood bloodied. Unbowed. Sayeri leaned in. Lips brushed ear. Partners now? He smirked. Damn right. But ridge gun swiveled. Garak's last volley. Rourke shoved her down. Took rounds to shoulder. Pain roared. She dragged him clear. Not again. Med drone inbound. Line secured. Council waited. Claims loomed. War ground on. Rourke's endurance bought more than a tower. It forged steel. Human grit. Veyron fire. Garak watched from afar. Eyes narrowed. That human. Weapon worth breaking for. Sayeri's frill flared defiant. She wouldn't yield her prize. Sayeri slammed her claw on the hollow table. Council faces flickered in protest. Staff Sergeant Rourke gets human-grade meds, now. Or I withdraw my endorsement from this coalition. Elder Vorn's frill quivered. Princess, he's a human variable. Unproven biology. We allocate Veyron's stock. No. Sayeri leaned forward. Her tail lashed. His endurance held the ridge. Garak's horde broke on him. Deny him, and you deny the win we just bought. Counselor Lyra hissed. Marshal Talar eyes him as a weapon. Warlord Karak calls him trophy. Why risk our reserves for an off-worlder? Sayeri bared fangs. Because I say he lives. Authorize the shipment from the human frigate, or I stake my claim here. Throne or no, I'll drag those meds myself. Silence gripped the chamber. Vorn's eyes narrowed, then nodded.
Shipment dispatched, but this binds you, Sayeri.
Fail, and the council reclaims your voice. Done. She cut the link. Med drone hummed outside. Human meds inbound. Her frill settled. Rourke would wake fighting. She wouldn't let rivals steal him first. Sayeri strode into the med bay. Veyron tech scattered. Rourke lay strapped to the slab. Shoulder bandaged thick. IV dripping alien saline. His chest rose steady. Too steady. Monitors beeped human vitals. Elevated, but holding. She pulled a stool close. Watched his face. Grit lines etched deep. No fear, even unconscious. Her claw traced his tag chain. Warm metal. Her mark. He stirred. Eyes snapped open. Brown. Fierce. Locked on her. Princess. Voice gravel. He gripped the IV needle. Yanked it free. Blood welled. Tex lunged. Stand down. Sayeri waved them off. Stubborn as advertised. Rourke swung legs off the slab. Boots hit deck. Wobbled once. Locked knees. Battle's not done. Where's Voss? Command bunker? 200 meters east ridge. She blocked the hatch. You took 3 rounds? Horde tungsten, walk, and you drop. He smirked, tested shoulder, winced, kept moving. Payne's old news. Clan needs me. Her frill flared. It rushed her scales. No human should stand that fast. Veyran's healed slow. He broke rules. Lean on me. He eyed her arm, took it. Solid grip. They moved. Corridor lights blurred past. His weight pressed warm. Breath ragged, but steps sure. Text trailed, scanners whining. Outside, mud-sucked boots. Distant booms. Skirmishes. Horde probing. Rourke scanned ridges. Garak's not retreated far. He'll hit again. Coalition holds. She matched his pace. Claw over his hand on her arm. Possessive. But claims circle you. Taller wants your grit for his lines. Voss guards his platoon. Claims? He grunted. Bunker hatch loomed. Tell him I'm taken. Heat spiked. She shoved the hatch. Inside, command bunker thrummed. Holomaps glowed. Voss paced, barking at a comms tech. Marshal Toller loomed central, armored plates gleaming. Veyran officers flanked him. All eyes snapped to Rourke. Voss spun. Sergeant? Doc said bed rest. Later. Rourke shook off Sayeri's hold, marched to the map. Finger stabbed a ridge. Hordes massing here. Dropships. Regrouping. They'll flank east. Tallar's mandibles clicked. Human assessment noted. Coalition precision will carve them. Rourke shook head. Won't stick. Garrick throws bodies. Floods weak points. You need anchor. Sayeri stepped beside him. Shoulder brushed his. He's right. Human stubbornness holds. Veyran strikes exploit. Voss crossed arms. My mortars pinned him last push. But platoon's down 30%. Exactly. Rourke traced lines. Pin here. Me and remnants dig in, absorb the wave. Your lasers hit flanks precise. They ran scale cliffs, drop plasma from above. Voss mortars suppress dropships. Break the momentum. Tallar loomed closer. Eyestalk swiveled. You propose humans as breakwater? Aliens as blade. Risky. Your kind endures. But one breach. Sayeri met his gaze. No breach. Rourke held alone before. With us? Unbreakable. Rourke glanced her way. Nodded once. Trust earned in mud. Counselor Lyra patched in. Princess, reports confirm meds delivered, but Garak broadcasts. Human surrenders, or ridge burns. Tara rumbled. Variables multiply. Human. Prove this. Rourke straightened. Shoulder seeped red. Ignored it. Authorize. I hold till you strike. Silence. Taller's plates shifted. Sayeri? She gripped Rourke's arm. Open claim. I stake my title. Plan launches, or I resign field command. Throne yields to this. Gasps rippled. Voss whistled low. Lyra's frills spiked. Tallar stared. Then mandibles parted. Authorized. Coalition moves. Human. Do not fall. Rourke saluted. Loose. Grinned. Trying not to. Sayeri pulled him aside. Map room emptied to prep. Her claw lingered on his chest. Foolish. Thrown for a grunt? You saved me first. His hand covered hers. Rough palm. Warm. Partners, right? Heat bloomed low. She pressed close. Frill wide. More. Lips grazed his jaw. Alien to human. Electric. Stay alive. Mine to claim proper. He pulled her in. Kiss brief. Fierce. Mud and blood flavored it. Deal. Alarms blared. Voss yelled from hatch. Horde inbound. Dropship's hot. Rourke grabbed rifle. Sayeri snatched her laser carbine. They charged out together. Mud flew under boots. Coalition roared to life. Ridge guns thundered. Horde dropships darkened sky. Grunts poured down ramps. Tusked brutes. Axes gleaming. Garak's bellow echoed. Human! Yield! Rourke dug in behind barricade. Rifle cracked. First grunt tumbled. Not today! Sayeri scowled beside him. Claws dug rock. Laser carved a line through rushers. Itch or sprayed. Flanks clear. Boss mortars whooshed overhead. Explosions ripped dropship undersides. Wreckage rained. Tuller's voice boomed comms. Vayrans, cliffs now. Her kin swarmed heights. Plasma rained precise. Horde clumped. Broke. Rourke fired steady. Shoulder burned. Legs lead. Kept pulling trigger. Grunts piled before him. Wave after wave. His wall. One brute vaulted barricade. Axe swung for Sayeri's back. She spun. Too slow. Rourke lunged. Tackled midair. Rolled. Rifle butt cracked skull. Ichor splashed his face. He surged up. Fired into the pack. Sayeri hauled him steady. Fired over his shoulder. Duo synced. Lethal. Endurance. Garrock loomed on ramp. Tusks flared rage. Weapon! Mine! Tuller's barrage hit. Dropship buckled. Marshall dropped in himself. Blades whirring. Coalition closed. Horde line shattered. Retreat trumpeted. Gorik's ship peeled off, smoking. Rourke slumped against rock. Breathing hard. Sayeri knelt. Claws gentle on his wounds. Held. We held. Toller approached. Eye stalks appraised. Human. Plan flawless. Endurance. Extraordinary. Not extraordinary. Rourke wiped Igor. Just job. Sayeri's frill pulsed. Pulled him close. To us, legend. Voss clapped his back. Platoon owes you. Again. Council link buzzed. Lyra. Victory confirmed. Princess. Your stake. Honored. But scopes pinged. Garrock's fleet massed horizon. Bigger push brewing. Sayeri met Rourke's eyes. Claw tightened. Next wave. Together? He nodded. Stood. Damn right. Garrock's voice crackled open channel. Princess steals my prize. I break you both. Her lips curved. Kissed Rourke fierce. Try. War Rourke charged the breach. Boots pounding shattered rock. Horde grunts swarmed the gap. Tusks bared. Axes high. His platoon flanked him. Voss barking orders over the roar. Coalition flyers screamed overhead. Lasers carving escape paths into slag. Can 'em! Rourke yelled. Rifle barked. First grunt dropped. Chest blooming ichor. He didn't stop. Legs pumped. Shoulder throbbed from yesterday's hits, but he ignored it. Pain was noise. Job stayed the same. Horde line buckled under the push. Grunts turned, eyes wide at the humans storming their center. Rourke vaulted debris, firing bursts. 2 down. 3. His fire team synced. Suppressive volleys chewing flanks. Flyers dove low. Engines thundering. Retreat routes ignited. Horde ships twisted skyward, trailing smoke. Garrock's bellow cut through static. Human filth! Face me! Rourke spotted him. The warlord hulked at the breach's heart. Axe dripping. Armor scarred from prior clashes. Tusks flexed rage. Horde rallied around their brute. Rourke pushed harder. Plasma bolts scorched his pauldron. Grazed only. He rolled. Came up firing. Grunts scattered. Voss's voice crackled. Rourke, flyers confirm. Retreat cut. Yours to finish. Affirm. Rourke closed. Garrock charged. Axe whistling. Rourke sidestepped. Rifle butt cracking the warlord's knee guard. Metal dented. Garrock roared. Swung wild. Rourke ducked. Felt wind shear air. Counter. Bayonet thrust. Skidded off plate. They circled the shattered breach. Horde remnants howled encouragement. Garrock lunged, axe biting stone where Rourke stood a heartbeat prior. Rourke pivoted, rifle stock slamming tusks. Chips flew. Garrock spat blood ichor, grabbed Rourke's barrel. Twisted. Rourke held. Muscles burned. Warlord yanked him close. Foul breath, hot. Mine. Break you. Rourke kneed the gut plate. Felt give. Garrock staggered. Rourke wrenched free. Rifle muzzle jammed under chin. Point blank. Trigger pulled. Boom echoed. Garrock's head snapped back. Ichor fountain. Body crashed amid rubble. Silence fell. Horde froze. Retreat horns wailed from surviving ships. Sayeri's voice boomed from coalition amps. Horde forces. Amp. Your warlord falls. Surrender terms. Lay arms. Safe passage granted. No pursuit. Her frill pulsed visible on every scope feed. Authority incarnate. Spare the routed. Mercy holds the line. Grunts dropped axes. Hands raised. Coalition troops advanced. Binders ready. Toller's eye stalk swept the field from his dropship ramp. Discipline. Human ends it clean. Rourke reloaded, scanned for stragglers, breathing steadied. Voss gripped his shoulder. Platoon held because of you. Again. Just pinned him. Rourke wiped sweat, eyes caught Sayeri descending her perch. Claws clicking rock, she moved through surrendering grunts, issuing orders. Her gaze locked his. Pulled him aside, behind a toppled barricade. Away from eyes. Coalition secured the breach. Nedrones hummed, patching wounded. Talar coordinated mop-up with Voss. Pragmatic nods exchanged. But Sayeri's claw gripped Rourke's arm, firm, insistent. You held, she said. Voice low, frill quivering. Days ago, at this breach, Horde broke us. I watched you fight. Alone, then, with me. Stubborn, unyielding. Rourke met her eyes, golden slits, fierce. Job. She stepped closer. Body heat radiated through her scales. Claw traced his jaw, gentle despite edges. No. I decided then. Watched your endurance turn loss to stand. Humans, you treat impossible as routine. He felt her breath. Alien spice. Heart kicked harder than any charge. Princess. Sayri. Claw tightened. War ends here. Same breach. Horde routed. Coalition holds because of you. I want you. For my own. Plain words. No dance. Her lips curved. Predatory promise. Not trophy. Partner. In battle. In bed. Claim me back. Or I claim you. Rourke's pulse thrummed. Days flashed. Her fire over his shoulder. Claws steadying him. That fierce kiss amid threats. Aliens courted direct politics woven in. Dangerous. Her stake pulled him into royal webs. Voss would warn. Taller watch wary. But her eyes held no doubt. Frill flared invitation. He gripped her waist, scales smooth under gauntlet, pulled her flush. Yours, he growled. Kissed her hard. Tusks grazed lip. Sharp thrill. She purred, claws raking his backplate light. Council link buzzed. Lyra's voice. Ceasefire holds. Princess, your broadcast seals it. Human asset. Reassigned per your honor. Sayeri broke kiss. Thumbed calm. Confirmed. Staff Sergeant Rourke serves Vera now. Objections? Silence. Then Taller. Competence earned. Welcome variable. Voss chuckled over platoon net. Rourke, you dogged. Don't get et. Rourke smirked against her neck. Together? Her laugh vibrated. Always. Horde ships limped horizonward. Coalition banners rose over the breach. War's echo faded. But her claim burned new fire. Rourke stood taller. Job evolved. Scanners pinged faint. Residual heat signatures. Not retreat. Ambush signatures? Sayeri tensed. Claw to rifle. Garok's lieutenants? Rourke nodded. Sighted breach edge. Round 2? Her frill pulsed battle red. With you? Victory. They moved as one. Horde shadows stirred rubble. Blades glinted. Rourke fired first. Duo lethal synced. Endurance held. Alliance forged. Romance ignited. But scopes locked new signatures. Massive. Garok's kin. Bigger Horde brewing. Taller's voice cut net. Incoming. Human. Lead. Rourke grinned. Damn right. Sayeri's claw squeezed his. Mine. War drums thundered anew. Rourke sprinted forward, rifle hot. Horde reinforcements boiled from hidden drops, fresh grunts, axes howling. Coalition flyers wheeled back, lasers priming. He pinned the new wave at the breach mouth, bursts dropping leaders. Sayeri fired beside him, plasma lancing precise. Flank left, Voss yelled. Platoon wheeled. Taller dropped in, blades whirring cyclone. Human directs. Follow. They crushed the probe. Grunts broke. But command feeds lit. Garok's brothers massed orbitals. True endgame loomed. Sayri pulled Rourke close amid reloads. Claim holds. After. He nodded. After. Kiss sealed it. Battle raged. Endurance won. Days blurred into grind. Rourke's platoon integrated Vera shock troops. Sayari's elite. Joint pushes carved Horde flanks. His stubborn holds bought flyer strikes. Aliens marveled. Human fights broken. Still stands. Taller admitted over fire. Variables. Predictable now. Yours. Sayeri trained eyes on Rourke always. Nights in forward tense. Claws explored scars. Endure for me, he did. Pulled her atop. Scales. Slid perfect. Moans echoed alien rhythms. Protective. Possessive. Voss pulled him aside pre-final assault. She's royal. Politics chew you. Rourke shrugged. Worth it. Final breach loomed. Same scar. Horde fleet darkened sky. Garrock's brothers landed megabrutes. Axes mountain-sized. Rourke spearheaded. Legs leaden. Wounds taped. Fired steady. Pinned core while flyers gutted rearguard. Duel erupted. Lead brother charged. Twin axes. Rourke danced. Bayonet parried. Rifle cracked knee. Point blank skull shot. Ekin brother fell same. Surrender. Mercy. Horde knelt. Fleet peeled off. Ceasefire sealed. Breach secured. She dragged him to overlook. Stars wheeled. Days ago. Decided. You. Rourke held her. Reciprocate. Alliance born. Romance dangerous. Royal webs tangled. But endurance matched hers. Council hailed peace. Human legend. Rourke just grinned. Job done. But horizon glowed. New threats? Sayeri's frill pulsed. Together? Damn right.